There's something that prevents creative people with amazing ideas from sharing those ideas, from sharing their creative gifts, from sharing their wisdom in the world. This discouragement, and this discouragement I'm noticing and witnessing often comes from this fear of I'm not embodied enough in what I'm talking about. I'm not fully integrated in what I want to teach. I haven't learned all the lessons. I'm still healing. And today I want to break down why that is a trap. That is the very thing holding you back from success. It's holding you back from helping people that you genuinely can help right now. And it's holding you back from improving your position. Okay, so the topic for this video came up because a dear sister asked me, do you believe that a person should be fully integrated before making content about something, before teaching something? And the thing is, will you ever be fully integrated? Will you ever be fully healed? And that is the endless cycle that people get trapped in. They're always on this journey of healing. They're always on this journey of integration. They're always on this journey of becoming more embodied. Now, what do these things really mean? Being embodied means that you're able to make what is difficult appear easy. Wisdom is being able to explain the complicated simply. If you need to use these broad terms and these big fancy words to explain something, do you really understand it? It is a sign that you actually understand the thing that you're teaching about if you can explain it simply. Now, what I would argue is the way that you get to this point, to this place, is by creating. It is by sharing. It is by teaching. You get better at teaching something by teaching it. Just like anything in the world. You get better at riding a bike, not by reading about riding a bike, but by actually doing it. So if you want to be a good teacher, you have to start teaching. If you want to be a good creator, you have to start creating. If you want to be integrated, the only way that's going to happen is that you actually start taking action from where you're at. And if you're constantly waiting for permission from God knows who to begin sharing what is coming through you now, you're always going to stay in that place. What's going to help you understand something is the actual action. It's the actual act of doing the thing. I have learned so much more about anything that I teach from teaching it. I'm learning right now by setting up this phone and making content. I'm learning things about myself that I could not learn in a book, that I would not learn in a conversation or a therapy session. It's by actually being here and doing it. That is how I will become more embodied in this. That is how whatever I'm talking about becomes more integrated. So don't fall for this trap of thinking that you need to get to some certain point, because that is made up. That is something that you are making up in real time based off of information that was fed to you. Who decides who has authority? Who decides that someone is capable of doing something or worthy of doing something or valuable enough to present information, or that the information you have is valuable enough to share? Who decides that? There's no arbitrator. of these things. Okay? You have to decide for yourself now that you have something valuable within you to share, and begin sharing it. As you share, as you create, you will integrate, you will learn, you will have a deeper understanding. Creating content is a really interesting thing, because it's not just about creating content. Okay, creating content and sharing it. This is what we're talking about. And why do we create content? Is because we're ultimately aiming to get a message out there, to share our art, our creativity, to promote our business, our music, whatever you have. For me, I feel like everything I create is all centered around this common message of unity, of authenticity, of moving from the heart, from love, from being the best versions of ourselves that we can be, from expressing ourselves truthfully. You can find this common message in everything I've created, every video, no matter what the topic, every song, no matter what I'm singing about or rapping about in the song, it's all centered on that. And you will find that is true for yourself too. There is a message coming through you. And you need to be willing to let it pour through. Stop holding it back. Stop thinking that by sitting on it, it's going to become more refined. You have to put the reps in. Right? If you want to get stronger, you got to put the reps in. So you want to get better at creating, at expressing yourself, at being a fully integrated human being, at being embodied in what you teach. This is part of it, isn't it? Showing up in this way is part of it. If you want to impact people, obviously you have this opportunity to impact people in your daily life with every conversation that you have. But also, we live in this world now where there's this digital landscape. And a professor of mine from many years ago said, social media is nothing but an extension of regular social society and norms. So your social media is just an extension of you, of your life, of the society we live in. So one could even say there's a sacred responsibility for you to show up. Okay, now think about this. I know I'm all over the place, but that's just how it's coming through, and we don't trust that. We don't need to overthink these things. And I don't want you to overthink it either. Get out of here. Okay, so thanks for the addition.
I was vlogging there for a bit.
Oh, I'm
gotta keep that in so that I might become a meme.
All right, I'll keep your meme log in.
And then I was only mocking the first time, so just keep that first part, that first one in.
Okay.
And then if I do become a meme and I do become popular, more clout for you, more people will see your wise knowledge about creating content, and then more people will be affected by it, and
you might get famous too. Then you'll have to start a YouTube too and heed what I'm saying. Have you not grown already in your life? Have you not evolved to some degree? Are you the same person you were yesterday? Are you the same person you were a year ago, 5 years ago? You've already overcome something that somebody is currently struggling with. You already learned how to do something that somebody else wants to learn. And you're going to keep that from them because you're not integrated enough, because you're not embodied enough in it? Like, people don't necessarily want to learn from the person who's got it figured all out or who's at the top of the pyramid, right? Like, it doesn't really make sense for me if I want to learn, for example, how to become a millionaire. It doesn't really make sense to learn from a billionaire yet. If you catch my drift, I'm going to resonate more with someone who is less far removed from where I'm at right now. So people are going to resonate with you because the pathway to where you're at is much more clear, because you can share your story, paint that story for them, so they can see like, oh wow, like this person was struggling with this only a year ago. It shows them that there's like a direct path and a way through it. It will inspire them. Yes, I'm learning from people at all levels, whatever that really means. But the person that's going to help me the most right now is the one who is less far removed from where I'm at, because they can guide me to their position. And then at that point, it's like you find the next mentor, the next teacher. So it's like finding where is your place right now and who are the people you can help. Most often, the people that you can help are the people that are in a similar place to where you once were. And not so far off from that. And this isn't really something that you have to like try so hard to reach those people. If you just show up and talk directly from where you're at now, it doesn't have to be talking, it could be writing, it could be your music, your art, your business, whatever it is. If you speak from where you're at right now, you will reach the people that it's for. As long as you're authentic, as long as you're real, as long as you're speaking from an embodied place. You don't have to sound like someone who has it all figured out. In fact, that will deter people, because that will make people feel like more removed from you. It'll feel less possible for them to reach where you're at right now. But if you can show them, look, this is who I was. This is where I've been. This is where I'm at now. Okay, so the where I've been part, it makes it relatable to them, right? Because you're connecting to like where they're at right now. And then you show where you're at. And that shows progression. It shows growth. It's inspiring. And then you also speak to where you're going, what your goals are, right? You're not just stagnant here, like, oh, I made it here and this is it. It's like, I made it here and I'm continuing to grow. And that is inspiring. That is admirable. When you post in this way, when you create in this way, when you express in this way, you will bring in the exact people who need to learn from you right now. And I'm telling you, it is not fair to them if you're holding back sharing because you think you're not embodied or integrated or healed enough now. You heal by creating. You learn by teaching. The inner work, the shadow work happens by sharing. This is deep spiritual work. Sharing yourself with the world. Let's not undermine what this is. I mean, imagine if you didn't have the platforms like this, right? Social media, and you just were sharing with people on the street, or you had to stand on a platform and give a speech like in the old days. Like you're wearing your heart on your sleeve. You're really showing yourself to the world. I've been doing this for years. I've given so much of myself. And obviously there's always going to be things that I keep private, because that's also, you got to have some boundaries. You have to be clean with this. You don't need to give away everything, but you do need to start sharing authentically with where you're at right now. Come here, Bumblebee.
And a lot of my dream jobs aren't very profitable, unless you get like super lucky, like author / illustrator,
I mean,
actor / director,
it's not luck, bro. It's
and then content creator on like YouTube.
I don't think it's luck. I think it's consistency. I think if you keep showing up every day, you can't fail, as long as you don't give up. But you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So you got to take the shot if you want to do it. And honestly, the sooner you start, the better. I think if you make a YouTube and you just talk about whatever you want to talk about, whatever's passionate to
I
you.
want to talk about superhero stuff.
Yeah. Who knows? What I'm saying is, it's deep inner work to share yourself with the world, because you have to deal with not only your own thoughts and projections and judgments of how your voice sounds and how you look and the quality of the camera and all these things that don't really actually matter, but also like the prospect of nobody seeing it. You know, you putting all this effort and work into something and nobody sees it, or people do see it and they don't like it and they talk shit, or just one person sees it, one person likes it, and it's like, spent a whole hour, 2 hours, 5 hours on that. Like, that is making you face yourself. It's making you face these inner workings of your own mind, your own heart, and your emotions, and it makes you more resilient. It brings you to a place where you can't really let shame control your life anymore. Because if you're constantly self-deprecating or judging yourself or shaming yourself, you're just going to give up on this. And ultimately, an integrated being isn't going to allow those things. So this is an opportunity to work through the deep traumas and fears and shame and the various emotions and mental programs and patterns that hold you back from being your full self, from being integrated, from being embodied. I'll say it one more time. Creating and sharing, teaching, this is how you become embodied. This is how you integrate. This is part of the healing process. It's actually showing up when you may not necessarily feel ready. You will become ready by doing it, by taking the action. And the next step will be revealed once you move forward. And my work right now is focused on guiding creatives in this process. It's like, I'm teaching this mentorship, and the tagline is essentially, take you from incomplete, unfinished work and a million ideas to your first $1,000 to $5,000 as an online creator. But it's so much deeper than that, because in order for you to even get to that place, you need to reprogram your beliefs around what's possible for you. You need to actually have the confidence to show up and do this and speak authentically, because that's the very thing that's going to bring the people to you that you can actually help. If you're afraid to tell your actual story, if you're afraid to be real and bold and unapologetic and unhinged, then you're going to struggle to actually reach those people. So a big part of our work is confidence. It's subconscious reprogramming. It's getting past creative blocks. It's becoming embodied in what you're teaching, what you're saying. It's getting rid of the limiting mental beliefs that you have that are running around what's possible for you in this lifetime. Beliefs and blockages around money that literally cause you to self-sabotage yourself whenever an opportunity arises for you to make money. Or you make money and you can't hold on to it, you can't keep it because somewhere in your nervous system, in your body, you don't believe that you're worthy of it or that you're not a good steward of money. So this is the work that we're doing together. If that interests you, check out the link in the description. When I'm recording this video, we are approaching our first intake of the multidimensional artist. If you're watching it at a later time, that may have passed already, and there will be a link to get on a wait list. So check out the description. Like I said, as I'm recording this right now, we're going into the first intake. It's the lowest price that it'll ever be because I'm just going to continue to add value to this and get better at this, so it's going to become more valuable. And you know, that's what I want to inspire the creatives who are working with me to also recognize, like, you are valuable. What you have is valuable. You are worthy of receiving wealth and abundance. There is enough to go around. There is no such thing as actual scarcity. We live in an infinite universe, and God is not on a budget, and you deserve to live in abundance, especially doing what you're doing, being a creative, expressing these things. This is what actually moves the civilization forward and heals the hearts. You know, I like to say that artists are spiritual doctors and should be paid as such, or more. Okay, so this is a real movement. We are in a renaissance. It's a beautiful time to be alive. It's a beautiful time to open up your heart and push past these fears, not forcefully, but by being in your power to create, to share, and just know that this is what is going to help you get to where you need to go. It's not waiting for permission. It's not waiting to be fully healed. It's not waiting to be fully embodied. It's not waiting to be fully integrated. You need to trust and have humility and actually trust what is coming through you now. And this is what is going to change your life and what is going to truly help other people. So thank you for listening. Tune in to the link in the description, and talk to you soon. Much love.